Oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, everybody, photo share and discussion number 107 is live on the air. Welcome back after a short break. Glad to be back in town, I guess. Get back at it tomorrow with work and everything. But we got Wes joining us from sunny and dry Florida. Hey, Wes.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going? Good. Yeah, we were just discussing before we hit the go button that it's getting hot and humid down here in the south. I know Wes is probably a little more so than us here in Atlanta, but summer's definitely here. I know we were out west last week visiting friends and family in Colorado, and they were complaining about the humidity out there in Colorado, which we just laughed at because it was not humid at all. But it's all relative to what you're used to, I guess. But back at it here. I took a lot of images, got a fair amount of photography, and it wasn't a photography trip by any means. It was more just about running around, visiting, and getting caught up on stuff. But we managed to take a couple of day trips, but the light wasn't fantastic. I mean, we didn't get up before sunrise and drive to a spot and wait for the sun to come up over the hills or anything. But we got some images. So I'm starting to go through them. I posted one to the group here. I'll probably get a few more posted here next week once I get some time. But such a beautiful place. It's amazing. I know you got some shots, Wes, as part of your lens review. For the
Yeah, I got the new 50 millimeter plastic fantastic. That's not so plasticky.
Okay.
And I had a bad case.
Oh, still there? Oh, okay.
Bought one of these here.
What is it?
I don't know if you can.
Oh, I can see
it's a EM10.
Oh, you bought the EM10. Welcome to the mirrorless world. Yeah, okay. So what prompted you to get that? Did you find one on sale or used from somebody?
Yeah, the price dropped to like $4.99 with the kit lens on it. I've just been curious about stuff, and I've been selling a lot of stuff on eBay, a lot of camera stuff on eBay, and I just had a bunch of money, so why not buy more camera equipment?
So how long have you had it?
About 2 weeks now.
Okay. And have you shot much with it at this point, or?
Yeah, I've done quite a bit with it. I got it a little over a week ago when I was on vacation, so I had time to go out and work with it some, and really loving it so far.
Yeah. And it comes with what, the 12 to 50? Is that the kit lens?
No, it came with the 14 to 42.
Oh, okay. All right. Very nice. That's a decent lens, actually, for what it is. It does a pretty good job.
It's good.
Cool. So have you gotten to dig into the some of the features, all the various multiple depths of menus that Olympus provides?
Yeah, there's lots of goodies there if you're into tweaking stuff. I've done some.
Yeah. No,
one thing I'm looking forward to is the I don't know if you play with the live bulb mode.
No, I have not. What does it do?
When you're doing a bulb mode exposure, it actually displays on the screen as it's exposing, so you can actually watch the picture expose and stop it right when it's ready. So it's kind of like cooking.
Okay, so you can watch it, and when it gets to the point where it has the information that you want on it, it's not overexposed, then you just release the shutter, basically. Okay.
Right.
I've heard about it, but I haven't tried it yet. Yeah.
I love to do fireworks on the 4th of July, and it'll be perfect for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And
you can sort of stop it right when it's good.
Yep. That's cool. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I played around on this trip a little bit on I used the panorama a little bit, although I didn't get the results I thought I would get because I was using my fisheye lens, and of course it's a completely manual lens. So when you dump it into Lightroom, it doesn't know which one's which. That was the challenge, and I haven't figured out if Lightroom, if it needs to have the information from the lens or not. But
it should be able to tell from the shutter speed which one's which.
Yeah, and I just dumped a few images in there real quick this morning and got an error. The images all showed up, but they were in the wrong order. It was like 1, 3, 2. I'm like, okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
if anything, it should go by capture time.
Yeah.
I think it should default to that, but I got to play around with it a little bit. But and then I did a little bit with the HDR feature is kind of nice. You can set it. It'll do an in-camera HDR, which I didn't use, but you've got lots of preset options for the bracketing for HDR.
Yeah, I actually posted one HDR this week, so.
Okay. Yep. 3, 5, or 7 images, I think, and I think it goes up to 3 stops. I mean, it's and so I think that's pretty cool. It's a little bit easier to use than on the T3i, and I just normally do it at 3 with +2 and -2, and that seems to work pretty good. The touch screen, I really like the being able to change the multiple focus points so quickly. I found that to be pretty nice, especially when the camera is on the tripod and you're doing landscape shots, that type of thing. You could really just basically just touch or hit the the left arrow on the 4-arrow thing and get it to move around. So I'm getting pretty used to doing that. It does a good job of switching between screen and viewfinder. It seems to be very consistent. I haven't had any issues with that. Battery life's been great. This is really the first time that I've run through pretty much a whole afternoon of wandering around with the camera on, taking shots and doing whatever, and the battery life has been great. So I'm really enjoying it. I really like the camera. So hopefully you do too. It's a fun little camera, and the image quality has been very good. I have no complaints about it at all.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. So I won't be lugging around the Canon very much anymore.
Yeah,
I think it's mostly going to be my video camera.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I found. I showed you guys the little camera bag I got a couple weeks ago, but it's not a big bag. Right. But I got both bodies, the EM5, the EM10 in there, the fisheye lens, the both zoom lenses that we have for the cameras, and everything I need just in there, and very portable. So I wouldn't have been able to do that with the Rebels. They just wouldn't have fit in there. I would have needed a camera bag half again as big to do that probably. So
and I picked up the 40 to 150 also for $90 shipped from eBay. So
that's cool. That's very good. I got the for me, I think I got the 12 to 50, which I really like, and I got the 14 to 150 for Pam, kind of an all-in-one lens, and she's been enjoying that. It worked out very well for her.
Yeah.
On there, but I've heard good things about the 40 to 150 too. It's basically 2 lenses to cover, equivalent of 28 to 300 millimeters. It's a nice combo for sure. There's
I'll probably
Joe.
Eventually pick up one of those primes.
Yeah. Yep. I did a little bit with the 17 millimeter, which is the only prime I have at this point, and really like it. It's kind of pricey, but it's a great lens. Oh, it's a fantastic lens. It's kind of pricey, but
it's worth it.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of my default walk around street photography type of lens, and
they don't seem to be too bad used, like 250 or so, 300.
I got mine for just a tad over 300, but it was virtually new. The guy had it for a couple months, and worked out good. Hey, there's Joe and Sam.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Hello.
Good. Yeah. So,
did I join the right place?
Yes, you are.
Who's this guy with the goatee here?
Yeah. I went out west, and the altitude got to me, so I figured, what the hell? Let's see what happens.
I was noticing that too, man. You got a little dirt on your face,
I stuck my head out the window, and a muskrat hit it and stuck. So I figure I'll give it a few weeks, see what it looks like. If it looks like crap, I'll just shave it off.
Yeah.
If it fills in a little bit, I'll be happy with it. So.
Yeah. Well, join the crowd. We're gonna have to start a goatee club.
A group on Flickr.
Yeah, we'll have to have a goatee meetup.
Have fun with that one, Joe.
Yeah, we'll have to have it'll be all goatee talk all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, cool. So, welcome, guys. Yeah, we're just talking about Wes went to the dark side. He went mirrorless.
Oh.
You got an EM10.
Oh.
He still has his DSLR though. He didn't sell it.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of the DSLR.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good news. Yeah.
You guys would be the only ones left in the world with DSLRs.
Yeah. They're
Everybody
all
else will be
mine.
jealous.
All mine. Mines.
Yes, yeah. So he seems seems to be enjoying the camera so far. He's only had it a couple weeks, right? So
Yeah, a week and a half, about I
okay.
guess
Yeah.
2 weeks.
So enough to start getting used to it. See how you like it. But it sounds like you like it so far. It's a fun little camera.
I'll be enjoying today's show with a Full Sail Amber. If you've ever had Full Sail.
Yes.
Have.
Yep.
Very good.
Solid beer. Solid beer.
I found a Pam was in Germany last year and she got me this glass. She goes, I don't know what brewery this is. They just gave it to me when we went to the beer garden. I was like, well, I've never seen that before. But I went to the store and I found a Schofferhofer grapefruit. So this is a Radler, basically.
Yeah.
This is beer, Weiss beer with grapefruit in it. So
nice.
Yeah, and it's very grapefruity. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is I like the way the cap on this one says "tools required." You know.
Yeah. No twist offs.
Yeah. No twist offs here. If you know anything about Oregon beers, they're really big on being local and stuff. So, Full Sail's no different. So they put local art on their beers as well. So everything's kind of significant to Oregon. So that's the photo tie-in for this one.
Yes, exactly. Local custom photography for the labels. But, so we got not a ton of pictures posted to the group, but the other thing I wanted to check out or have a discussion about is the Vanity Fair cover. Have you guys seen that?
Yep.
Caitlin?
I tried not to, but it was all over the damn place.
Yeah. But I look at that and I was like, that's a really good photo. And a really good I don't know how much Photoshop or whatever, but I mean, I thought it would be an interesting discussion maybe about that, because you take a look at the cover and it's like, that's a good photo. It really is. You can't argue with it. But I figured Joe would be the resident expert on glamour photography.
Yeah, no, there's crap tons of work done on that image. On those images, actually, the whole set. They're with tons and tons of controversy, right? But the images themselves are, nicely done, actually. I mean, I wish they were my images, Nothing really too special about them. It's more so what they did in post to kind of give them that particular look. But I don't think that they were necessarily trying to do anything magical with it. It was more the statement. So those are, we are always trying to do something with our photography, and always trying. Well, I don't know about always, but we mostly are trying to send some sort of message, even if it's just I am documenting this moment, this event. You're still sending that message. So it's a good example of that, really. No, I mean, nothing too crazy, really, because there was enough being said. Yeah, there you go. There was enough being said with the subject. The subject was, in this case, the story. So,
and I don't know. I don't pick up Vanity Fair or flip through Vanity Fair, but on a regular basis. But they have a certain kind of look to their images, right? I mean, generally the stuff that you see on Vanity Fair is going to have a general type of look to it overall.
Yeah, they were trying to go for from what I understand, they were going for a Cindy Crawford look. If you look at him, this shoot mimics a older Cindy Crawford type shoot.
Now that you mention it, yes, there is a similarity to the
right. Yeah. There's a definite, the whole shoot really, and so that's why I say there's a lot of work done here, because you have, like I say, you've got tons of people working on this, right? It's not necessarily just getting in on post and doing a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the makeup artist is in on. Well, the makeup artists are in on this. The hairstylists are in on this. Someone of this caliber has tons of people working on them prior to the shoot to make
Mm-hmm.
them, you know, to make them look a particular way, and then you're picking a particular photographer because they can shoot it a particular way,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're picking different editors because they can edit it a particular way. So
Yeah, yeah.
all of that combined makes this great image, you know.
Yeah. And I wonder how many people, what would you say, Joe? What would be your guess? How many people were involved in this?
Gosh, I would bet that set, while they shot, probably had it might have had a small team actually, but a small team might be 15 people.
Wow. Yeah.
They had the video on it. And
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, the little behind the scenes kind of thing, and they had quite a few people.
Okay, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Annie Leibovitz shot it, I think.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's got a particular kind of.
And I think she did it with a medium format camera too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Yeah, with Annie Leibovitz doing it, she's got a certain style to begin with, and then
Right.
match all that together, tie it all in. So she felt, like you said, so she would feel comfortable doing it and feel like it would be part of the type of work that she would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it was, I mean, it was, you know, as far as the shoot itself, without even touching the controversy,
Mhm.
it's, you know, yeah, I mean, I wish I could shoot I wish I could shoot 5 minutes of half of you know, like anything that she did, you know what I'm saying? I mean, meaning Annie, you know, I mean, I would, the woman's, I mean, you just say the name, everybody knows her, you know, like,
Exactly. Yeah.
you
I
know.
wonder what you charge for this. That would be interesting. I wonder what her fee was for this, you know?
I would bet, yeah, she's still charged heavily. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't, you know, yeah, everyone got theirs on this one. Everyone got paid on this one. This is big.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is big, big, big. You know, this is, oh, you know, I mean, I don't know about as big as it gets, but it's up there. This was discussed everywhere. This was everywhere.
Which is part of the reason she wanted to do it, probably. I mean, she wanted to be the photographer too. I mean, so you got just all the, you know, what she gets paid to do the shoot, plus all the stuff that comes after it. You know, the fact that she was the photographer, that everything associated with it. So
yeah, everything's handpicked. I mean, the Kardashians, you know, everyone talks trash about the Kardashians, but one thing I love about watching their show and seeing how they work a little bit, following them a lot, those women are seriously intelligent, bro. They know how to market themselves. They know the business side really well. They are very, very good at what they do. So, you know, it's that everything is handpicked. Everything. I mean, Vanity Fair was handpicked. I mean, everything is handpicked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They are master marketers. Whatever happens, good, bad, or indifferent, it's almost like the more scandalous, the better, because they can turn it into a better marketing opportunity and make more out of it. You know?
They're like the Cowboys, man. I mean, right? Jones always says, you know, bad publicity is good publicity. You know, I mean, as long as you're talking about the Cowboys, and that's the way the Kardashians are. As long as you're talking about them, you know, they're
find a way to profit off of it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yep. So, you know, I mean, as far as the set, though, I mean, this is. You know, you know, as far as the set, the actual shoot, it's nothing crazy on Annie's part. You know, on the photographer's part, on you know, as far as her work goes, and you know, but it's because everything is, you know, the subject is the whole piece. So,
so what do you think about that? It looks like she's standing against a gold reflective thing.
Yeah, it's almost like a copper color or something. Yeah.
Well, I didn't see the video, but just from that little glance you gave us, Mark, of
Mhm.
that, just the cover of that video,
Oh, yeah.
it looks like, yeah, she's sitting down. Yeah, so,
Yeah, sitting
um,
down on a stool or something, and then
right, and I think
leaning
what
back.
right
Oh, yeah.
there, yes, you can see the stool,
Yeah, the stool
and
right there.
she's got her legs trying to cover her junk there crossed a particular way, and then her legs are at an angle like this, so it looks
Mhm.
like she's leaning against it, but not necessarily so.
Yeah, it's more
Probably just a slight little lean like this, just back.
just a lean back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, just to uh, give the face and neck a certain look. Like if you see the neck,
Mm-hmm.
the little tension in here with shows you that there's a little lean back, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want too much stress on that.
Yeah.
You don't want that looking too strong,
Mm-hmm.
but very very well posed. There's a if you watch, there's a little bit of this going on when you have your subject looking at you to accentuate the jawbone here and get a nice line. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of times you can get that, see just that little subtle
Mm-hmm.
chin forward. On the side, you can really notice it.
Yeah.
Just a little slight. So there's a little bit of that going on. You know what I'm saying? There's all
Mm-hmm.
these little touches that are
Yeah.
done, and
Yeah. Very nice.
it makes for what we see here. But I love the focus. Actually, if I'm gonna, I haven't looked. This is the most I've looked at this image. I promise you. But
Okay.
there's a large emphasis on the eyes actually. So you darn sure make contact with the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I find it interesting that they actually chose this particular image because it's to the side. A lot of photographers don't tend to like that. I know I don't.
Side image.
Yeah, you get that slight side. A lot of people, I know I do. I like to get images that show whites at least on two sides of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an interesting choice. If you're going to start getting really deep into the actual,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear why they actually chose this particular image because they shot 100 at least.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
was a lot. Yeah, that was my next question: is how many? What is this? The net of? I mean, how many?
Yeah.
Got?
I would bet that even with medium format, I bet you they still shot 400 images. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Of this particular set, and then the other ones that I've seen, there's,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even with medium format,
Yeah.
I would bet they still shot quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, like in your post, like I noticed that I mean, everybody's eyes are not the same size, but like one eye's larger than the other.
Right. Yeah.
You'll get people who will try to even them out, like they'll Photoshop it and make it increase the size. Do you ever do that with a model, or you just leave it like it is?
I try not to do that unless it is so bad, or unless there's a particular image that I feel it really enhances to have that eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still not trying to make it identical. I'm just trying to make it a little less slanted or a little less whatever that's so different. But most of the time, no, because I want it to be as natural as possible. That might have been, actually, now that you mention it, I was looking at that image before Mark took it down there. That other eye that's away from the camera is pretty small, and that might have been the reason why they decided to go with that look. Plus, it gives kind of like a matter of factness to it,
Yeah. I don't think it's bad. It came up because I remember somebody had said something about when they do retouch things and that the eyes came up like that.
Huh.
And how they adjust the eyes.
Yeah. So and see that's another reason why you choose one photographer or a particular editing team over another, because you're trying to convey a particular message, And I'm sure, them picking Vanity Fair for this story, they knew the photographer they were going to get.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure Annie came with this choice. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
so it's
just so interesting how much thought and preparation and time and work and everything goes into something like this. And
I'm speaking totally blindly. I don't have any knowledge of.
Oh yeah, but I would imagine you're probably in line. I mean, most people look at it and go, well, they just lined her up, took a shot, and that was it. People have no idea.
Right.
For most people, they don't care. They just like the image, but they don't think about how much work goes into getting that certain look or the final image that is presented. I mean, that's one of hundreds maybe, and that might be hours or days of work after the image was captured to get it to that final spot.
Yeah, there's a definite. I mean, all that's missing is the mole on the upper lip, and it's Cindy Crawford. So that's definitely the look they were going for. Cindy Crawford has that kind of classic modern American look.
Now that you mention it, it's like, yeah, that is Cindy Crawford-ish as far as the final look. So it's just interesting. We were just kind of in a little news bubble. We didn't really know what was going on. We came back and we're watching that, and Pam goes, "You should talk about this." She was the one who came up with the. She goes, regardless of what you think about Caitlyn Bruce Jenner, she says the photo. She says that's a damn good photo.
Right. Yeah.
They did a really good job with it. And I was like, I looked at it, and I was like, you're right.
Yeah. No, it's it's nice work. It's not Annie's best, but it's nice work, of course. She's going to do nothing but nice work. It didn't have to be outlandish or out there, versus with Kim Kardashian's shoot where she was nude. That was out there. I don't know if you saw the whole shoot. I did. It was pretty out there. You know what I'm saying? She definitely made a huge statement with that one as well. So it was, this one didn't have to be, and I'm sure, it's the first time, kind of out of the closet, if you will. So, I'm sure they just wanted to be kind of toned down and just, here I am, in kind of introducing herself to America or to the world,
Exactly. Yeah.
So
it's just kind of direct and forward, but it's just kind of interesting. It's a cultural thing, I guess, but it's also, as photographers, it's something that I think you'd want to at least look at and talk about, because there's a lot that goes into it, and it's
absolutely. I mean, I think of it. I try to stay away from the thing the whole week, right? But at the same time, I've been asked to do things that I don't necessarily agree with personally, but I can separate that part from actually shooting something with my camera, because I just look at it. Some things are just great opportunities. Like, I don't know what's going to come of this opportunity, and at the end of the day, as long as things don't get too crazy behind the scenes, where I'm like, ooh, but as long as things don't get too crazy, I've been able to handle certain things, and you make those moments very special for those people.
Yeah. And what's interesting, I mean, I think for me, there's been so much build up or discussion about this over the last, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, really, about the big reveal, and almost then we're going to come out and announce it to the world and everything. This image will probably be the one that sticks from all of this, at least initially. I mean, this is what people are going to use as that association.
Mark,
the story.
The only thing that I think might trump this, believe it or not, and there's no predicting it, is American Pharaoh. There is going to be, you watch,
right. Yeah.
there is going to be pictures of American Pharoah everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, the that achievement, man, is major in this country. I mean, you know, so I noticed that, you know, and this is fresh. This just happened yesterday. It's unlike anything else that we're used to. We're kind of already used to these big reveals of this shocking thing that happened. Okay, Caitlyn, come out. But we're kind of used to these things, right? We haven't had a Triple Crown winner in most of our lifetimes, and we don't even know when we'll see that again. It's only the 12th time, I think, that it's happened.
First time in 38 years or whatever. Yeah.
It's amazing. So, like, you know, that horse and what it did, they're already, it's all over the place. The media doesn't even know what's next. Like, they're just playing it by ear. Like, what do you even do? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty unique. So, two very powerful things happening at the same time. It's
It is from a sports perspective, and just in history. I mean, that is definitely something that was. It was like, nobody's going to win it. You know, they're not going to win a Triple Crown again because of the way the races are done and how the horses enter and all that. And so from that standpoint, it is a very, very rare. I think it's a lot harder to win it now than it used to be.
Oh, it's insanely hard. Yeah, the way things go. But what was amazing is watching the coverage. I didn't watch the race. I mean, I don't pay attention to it. It hasn't been won in so many years. And so after the fact, I'm watching coverage of it and just watching the photographers take portraits of these different horses after that were in this historic race is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
you just look for images on Google of American Pharoah. There's thousands of them pop up. Do a whole series of shows on that, but yeah, just some fantastic images there too. So yeah, it'd just be interesting. But it's just so you know, people say, you know, photography is done. Everybody's got their you know, their iPhones and smartphones and stuff. We don't need real cameras anymore, you know, but we do and we need real photographers to make those images because they document history and things, and it takes skilled people, not just people with a smartphone, to do it.
Oh yeah,
to do it justice, and a lot of times. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so that's the fun part about it, and so we're still relevant, even though we don't shoot with our smartphones, and we just have big old cameras in some cases, little old mirrorless cameras. You know, they're still better than the cameras in your smartphone.
I gotta say, man, I snap most images with this darn iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
I do a lot too.
I mean, I shoot images with that thing daily. You know, I mean, you know, I'm having to knock the dust off my SLR. You know, and I take images with that camera, that phone daily. You know, it's crazy.
Because it's the one you have with you a lot of times. Yeah. I mean, that's really it. So speaking of images, let's jump into the ones. Simi posted a few. Wes posted a few. I posted one, I think. But
so how did the trip go, Mark? Give us a brief rundown on your trip.
Fast, furious, quick, too fast. It was more family and friend stuff. It wasn't really photography specific. So, but we did get some. You know, we basically flew to Denver, spent a day in Denver, hung out at Zach's Brewery on Saturday, and that was fun. And then drove to the Four Corners area on Sunday. So driving through the mountains, down 285 and over Wolf Creek Pass and through Pagosa Springs and all that it's always a great drive. I mean, it's just always scenic. And this year in particular, because they've had so much rain and snow, there's still a lot of snow up on the mountains. So it was just a very pretty drive. And then spent a little bit of time in Farmington, a little bit of time in Durango. Took a day trip from Durango, went up to Ouray and back on the $1 Million Highway up over Wallace and Red Mountain
Such
Pass.
a nice drive, man.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So nice.
Beautiful. Then we went back to Fort Collins and spent a few days up there, and then here we are. So it was a good trip. 1,200 miles in 4 days driving.
If you guys have never kept up with Mark's trips, man. This guy makes some intense trips, man. I mean, most of us would need vacations from the vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, but it's such a pretty drive. It's so it's relaxing. Granted, it's a 350-mile drive, you know, from Denver to Durango, but it's such a pretty drive. You really don't notice it.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it
because
is.
you're always looking out the window. There's not a lot of traffic on the road, and you know, and then the trip we took, you know, staying with a buddy that lives in Durango. Well, he had to work one day, so we did that drive up to Uray and back. I mean, that's 200 miles.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but we took all day and we stopped and had lunch and, you know, took the camera out whenever we could and just enjoyed it. And, you know, it was 7 hours, 200 miles, but once again, a beautiful scenic drive, not a lot of traffic, so you didn't feel pressure to, you know.
God, I mean, even the air is just better up there. Sim, I would be so interested in Sim's perspective on that whole area. I mean, Sim, that whole area he's describing is like God's country. I mean, I would be really interested in your perspective on that whole part of the country. It is gorgeous.
Sounds beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And the problem is that you could spend, I mean, you could spend a lifetime just going to all these spots, you know, different times of the day, different seasons, you know, the snow, the leaves changing. I mean, just, you know, around every corner is like, wow, there's something.
There's absolutely no perfect time to go there.
No, it's all different. It's all different.
You pick it. I mean, if you choose to go in the summertime, all you'll do is picture what it looks like when it's winter or when it's fall, you know. And when it's fall, you're like, dang, this would look cool in full winter. When it's winter, oh, I bet you this looks nice in the spring. You know what I'm saying? And there's just, you know, it is beautiful. It really, that part of the country, unfortunately, I lived near there for a long time. Is one of my favorite parts of this whole country. And then also up there on the Oregon, between the Oregon and Washington State border, from the Dalles all the way into Portland is my favorit. I just love it. That river going in between there, and it's just one of my favorite drives in this whole country.
It's beautiful. I mean, we left there, what was it now, 17, 18 years ago, and been looking for a way to get back ever since to a certain extent. You know, if we can make it work. I mean, that's kind of a long-term plan, is to get back to that part of the country. You know, and in the meantime, we'll just go and visit and do our crazy driving trips and rack up a bunch of miles and take photos.
Yeah, so. But Sim, if you ever get a chance, I'm not trying to, but if you ever get a chance, I'd be really interested in your perspective on that part of the.
There's some wonderful landscapes out there, and I've got a few. I mean, it wasn't photography specific, so a lot of the times that we were out there, you know, the light wasn't great or whatever, but it's still great scenery. So I've got some ones I'm working on. I think will be okay. End up being pretty good in the end of the day, but not as good as they could be if I was there and I had a week to say, okay, this is where I want to go and I want to be here at sunrise or sunset, you know, based on where it was facing. But I got a lot of ideas, you know. So now I can go back and know that if I want to take, you know, image of Shiprock, which I've got one. I took a few of those, and it was early to mid morning. But now I know where I want to go at what time of day I would like to go there to get the light on that, you know, and that type of thing. So I've got some good ideas to go back again and maybe do a more photography-related trip.
And for those of you out there that do a lot of landscapes, it's really, even for myself that does a lot of portraits, but, you know, you like to be outside doing a certain amount of portraits. You know, there's some scouting apps on your phone that you can download, and they might cost you a couple bucks, or some of them are even free. They'll let you take pictures, make notes on different areas for different times of the year, and in that way you have it kind of documented, and you know, you can kind of go through your phone, you know, go through the app, and then, you know, hey, you know, what fall's coming up? What do I want to do in the fall? You know, what? Oh yeah, there was that one spot I kind of forgot. Yeah, check it out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Um,
And that's the hard part, because if you're going out and you're going to all these different places, you kind of get caught up in the moment, and you forget sometimes to think
yeah.
about, well, what else could I do here? What would be a better time of year or a better time of day, or
Right.
that type of thing. And I made it a point this trip to I didn't use an app. I just made notes, basically. Just wrote down stuff as we went along and said, here's mark, and then marked spots on the GPS, things that look nice. I just saved them.
Yeah.
You know,
See, I
on the
have one
GPS. Now I
called.
can go back there.
I have one on my phone called Map-A-Pic,
Yeah, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
and I use that one. And then for those of you that like to shoot portraits, I use Easy Release for my releases, and you can customize those releases. So you can, use their standard release and then kind of customize it to, suit what you are doing. You can also put releases in there. So yeah, those are two apps that I use quite a bit, and they really help out. Now, Map-A-Pic, I've emailed him back and forth over the years, and he's really improved that, or they have improved that app quite a bit.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I've heard about it, but I haven't. Is it just iPhone specific, or is it Android too?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out, because I've heard about it. Not when you mentioned it, I was like, yeah, I heard about that, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I've never used it though. So.
Because my problem with it was back in the day, anytime there was an update, they went all your crap.
It doesn't do much good though.
They didn't have a good backup solution.
Purpose, yeah.
So it did. It would suck, because I've lost so many locations that way with them, and they're getting much, much, much better at it. So.
Good. I'm gonna take a look at that and use it next time we go out west, because there's so many different places. But yeah, let's get into some of the images here, because I understand we did a few. Wes did some ones, and see what we got. And I posted, like I said, the one. So hopefully everybody can see. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yep. So is this in that same area as the quarry and all that stuff?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is from Jafrita Park, looking at Higbee Mountain, which is another area which I have to go hiking up and see how the view looks from there. I've never been to Higbee sides.
Okay, so up on this area up here.
Yeah, that's like the tail end of it. There's more on the other side, but there's this ugly part of the quarry is on your left-hand side there.
Okay. This was in May. We took this in May. Right?
Yeah.
And so trees are almost all leafed out. There's still a few. It looks like there's some dead ones there in the middle.
That is like believe it or not, there's a lot of swamp area in Connecticut. So that's a swamp area. That's always like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What time of day was this? This is interesting.
This is actually around 2 p.m., but the sun was in and out of some clouds, so it's like diffused light.
Okay. Yeah, looks like there's a lot of clouds.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's neat. This marshy area in the middle here is makes the picture, makes the image, because of it kind of breaks up all the trees and everything in there with this.
Yeah. Leads you through.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. You get a little perspective, because you can see a few houses here and there. But,
Things here and there. Yeah. Yeah. It's neat. It looks like a fun place to go explore a little bit more. See what else is up there.
Oh, there's quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Nice one. Like it. Okay, we're getting into some test shots here. You bought the new Nifty 50, right? Got
the new Nifty 50, yeah.
Oh, is that what the new the actual? That's the. Oh yeah, you did say you were getting that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It came in actually it's the same day my EM10 came in, but it's got 7 aperture blades now instead of 5, and they're rounded. So it's kind of this test shot was showing off the bokeh balls. Kind of they're no longer are they hexagonal; they're just nice and round.
Okay.
And so far, I like the lens a lot. It's a lot more sturdier than the old.
Okay.
It's the same price.
It does have a metal. It does have a metal mount, then that probably makes a big difference on it, huh?
Yeah, and it's got the stepping motor.
It's quieter, right?
Yeah. It's not silent, but it's like I don't know if you've played with any of the pancakes, like the 40, the 24. No. Yeah, it's not a silent, but it's quieter, much quieter.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it any faster?
No, I wouldn't. Okay. Some people are saying it's faster, but it doesn't seem any faster to me. It's about the same.
If it is, it's so measured, you wouldn't know the difference, right? Like it
might be 1.7.
Yeah.
1.8, which you can't.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, no, I could totally tell that. Yeah. All right, whatever.
Makes a difference in all my photos. I gotta have 1.7.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever.
And it's still a little soft wide open. It's best if you stop down to 2.5, 2.8, somewhere around there if you really want to be sharp. I was hoping it would be better wide open, but it's just not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what you're getting for $100 or whatever. I mean, there's got to be some compromises there, I guess, somewhere along the way.
Yeah. You can't have everything. I mean, they cut. What would you say, Mark? Since the mount is metal, it's what, 90% plastic now? Not.
Yeah. They added an extra 50 or 75 cents to the lens by going with a metal mount instead of a plastic. Yeah, but that makes a difference. But was it still $100, right, Wes?
Yeah, 125.
Yeah, 125.
I'm sure they put it on sale for 110, like they usually do.
You see it for closer to 100 at some point. But yeah, I mean, for the money, that's a great lens.
I'm definitely going to order one again. I missed the little 50, man. There's just so much you can do with those little 50s, and unless you're going to get real trick with it or something. I mean, look at this image. This is good. What? Well, what else? I don't know, man. A 1.4 is really good. Because you can stop that. To a 1.8 and get really nice shots.
Right.
But is it 1,000 or what's 1.4 for? Would it be like $800 or something?
No, like they're 400. Yeah, 300 or
400.
Yeah. 3 times as much, 4 times as much.
Yeah.
Supposedly they might be updating that one as well. There's a rumor that one's going to be updated, but
yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's a fun.
The problem with Canon's 1.4 as opposed to others is the others are so much better.
Yeah. That Sigma one is killer.
Yeah. The Sigma 1.4 is supposed to be pretty good, right?
And Tamron's been getting tired of everyone kicking their ass, so Tamron's been releasing lenses like crazy. I don't know if you've been keeping up with that, but they've been releasing some nice stuff.
No, that's good. That's all good. Better choices for us.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
So here we go. Thunder Mountain. This is with the Sony. Wow. Okay. So, get that little A6000.
Yep, that's we were actually ziplining up in northern Massachusetts.
Okay.
And it was just pretty. It's a really nice, pretty scene.
Yeah,
that's all.
it is, absolutely.
Well framed with the ridge and the trees, kind of getting that sky in there with the clouds and then the blue above it. Yeah.
But what I really like about this image is you get just enough where your imagination works. You kind of wonder, like, man, what's over that hill right there? I bet you that looks really, you know what I'm saying? Like there's just enough there to keep you guessing on what's on the other side of those trees right there. Like, God, I wish I could, So I kind of like that, just makes it a little more of an art piece where you could stare at it and wonder, and,
what's over that ridge, or what are you doing at this?
Yeah.
Cool. So this is with the A6000 with that 30mm lens. And so basically 40.
Yep.
45.
I didn't want to carry the backpack with me all day, so
Yep.
just took that in the lens, and it was pretty funny. We were going with we had 5 of us, and then there were 5 other like bucket list ladies that came along that were on our tour, and there was one that was just it made the whole trip. I guess this was her first time. She was excited as all heck. And even before we started, she was dropping F-bombs by mistake. And
that's funny.
I went over first to take pictures of our group, and I'm trying to figure out a place to set up, and it's next thing you know, all I hear is screaming the whole way across.
Mm-hmm.
And
How long was the zip line?
I thought it was one of our two people that came with us, but it was that lady with the F-bombs.
Nice.
And she got off, and that was the only time she screamed that day. And that was the short one. That was not even 15 seconds across.
Mm-hmm.
How long or distance are we talking?
The longest one I think almost takes 45 seconds to a minute almost to get across.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the higher ones. We had to hike up.
Okay.
I think this is the view from the highest one that you go off the last one.
Okay.
And
so you're on top of a tower at this point, pretty much.
No, just on the side of the mountain.
Okay. You know, one thing I'm just now noticing, looking at Mark's image here, is the sun it must have been just peeking through, because you can see the sun hitting right here in the right part of the foreground,
right here.
And then the light hitting just on the left side of those couple of trees too.
Yeah.
Just now noticing that.
Yeah, you got this little section that's lit here and then these right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then we had the clouds rolling through, so you get some interesting lighting through the scenes.
And those are cool clouds too. Nice little.
Very cool cloud.
And it opens up. The cloud line lines up with where everything else is. I mean, that's for me. That's what makes this shot. Is you got the blue sky out. That's the clouds aren't covering. Kind of lines up a little bit with the ridge line and the flow of the trees there. So yeah, it's cool. It's good to have. Best camera you have is the one with you, and this is a good camera.
There you go. Yep.
Exactly.
It was a good trip.
Yep. Cool. Looks like it was. Weather looked perfect.
That's a good camera for exactly what he was doing. I mean, it's light, right, and portable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
and a good image quality.
Yeah. So that's. I mean, now that is whatever your difference is. I mean, that's what it's for, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Does a very good job with that. Okay, so we got prairie pickerel with the nifty 50, I guess. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Another test shot with that.
And
showing how soft the background gets on it.
Yeah, the background gets really the colors. Boom.
Yep.
I like the colors.
Yeah, it's great colors in there. The purple, the blue with a little bit of yellow.
Hey, Wes, did you take this? Let's see, in your metadata here. Did you take this in the kind of afternoonish? Is that why it's kind of warm?
Yeah, it was the midday.
Okay.
Late, a little bit after midday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, that's nice.
I know they had flowers like that in Florida. I thought they just had swamps.
Well, this is in a prairie. It was 100 years ago. It was a lake, and then it all drained out. It's this giant prairie now. And so it's very wet, but it's wide open and expansive. So.
Okay.
And this is the top of something, right? So this is the flower growing out of the top of probably something not quite as attractive.
Yeah, it's just kind of a swampy-looking plant with big green leaves on it. There's some other pictures on my Flickr page that show full-size versions of it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, well, that's nice background.
Nice creamy bokeh. I mean,
obliterated background, but gives you enough information to let you know that there's other stuff like it behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't distract. So. Very nice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess the lens is a keeper.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
There we go.
This is cool, man.
Yep. So, this is the EM10. Was this HDR mode? Did you use HDR
mode? No, the next one's the HDR. This.
Oh, still there?
Did we lose him?
Out there, in trouble sleeping.
There it is.
It's coming back a little bit. You're kind of cutting in and out a little bit, Wes. But
this is cool, man. I love this perspective.
Yeah.
I like the way it's even a little distorted, and
it's just slightly distorted.
That bridge just brings you. I mean, Wes is telling the whole. I mean, he's guiding you with his camera. I mean, you can't help but to look straight down the center of those clouds, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool.
Yeah.
The colors are amazing. Really nice.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, I was glad I went out.
Yeah.
I'm usually not up before 9.
What time of day was this?
It was about 7:30 or so.
There you
Technically,
go.
I wasn't even supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there before 8. But
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly.
Rules, schmools, who needs
Wes,
them?
now, let me ask you, Wes. Now that you have gotten up early, taken some sunrise-ish pictures, okay.
mm,
Now, the difference between shooting a sunrise as opposed to sunset. Would you not say that, okay, I'm up early, I'm here to take some pictures? Like you get a little more like, I'm here to take some freaking pictures, man. I ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like you're ready to take pictures of a sunset as well, but I don't know. I feel like me personally, I'm a little more casual. I'm a little more. Don't get me wrong. I'm there to take some pictures, but I don't know. There's just something about sunrises to me that are really special.
yeah.
There's typically not a lot of people around because it is early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have to make effort to get there in time for the sunrise, where most of us are still up when the sun sets. So there's a little bit more commitment to the image.
Yeah.
You're witnessing the birth of a day. That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a different feel, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I love. Did you have to crop this image much, or were you just able to pretty much? Because you had the lens at 14, so it's pretty much wide.
Yeah, that's why it's so distorted, is because it's at 14. But it's not sort of make for,
That's cool.
get the excess curvature that's around when you do a pano.
Yeah.
I like the distortion in this particular image. I do. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. No, it all fits in with the rest of the image. It's just like drawing you right down there.
For me personally, I would have taken out that little bit of lens flare right there, those two dots.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, but that's just a personal choice. That's just getting super critical of something. You know, like if you had to criticize something, that would be my only thing, because I like the bridge so much, and that would be the only thing that I find a little distracting, because I love the color of the sky. It's just flipping amazing. The color of what would you call that, a prairie or?
Yeah, it's a prairie.
Yeah, and I mean, I love the whole, man, I like this image. I do. I could put this up really wide on a wall somewhere and just get hammered and watch this image.
So how many shots? 3 to do this?
No, I did way too many again. Probably I probably did 11 or just something.
Okay, stitched them all together. Yeah, cool. And all in Lightroom. So
yeah,
the panorama mode works well.
I like this, man.
Yeah.
I really do. I like that.
Very nice. Cool. Yep, that is very fun. Okay, so here's the same thing. One shot.
Same
right?
thing as a one-shot HDR. Yeah.
Okay.
Or one position HDR, basically.
Okay, so 3 frames.
7.
7. Okay.
I just went ahead and chose the 7.
I'll just do all
could.
7.
It cracks me up, man.
Is that 7 with what's the range, the stop range between it?
I think the last 2 were both at 4,000. So it started off at a 60th and then went up to a 4,000th, and then I think it maxed out and it shot the last 2 at 4,000.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mark, is this one more calming for you?
Yes, I think it is. The other one is you're a little bit more involved in this one, I think, and I think it's because of the curves coming in. It's just like sucking you in there. Whereas this one, the second one, it's just like you're there. Yeah, I think so. And I mean, it's still great colors, great sky. Yeah.
Hey, Wes, this one for me reminds me. There's a one of those drug companies has this similar image. No, do you know what I'm saying? There's is it Cialis? Somebody has a similar image.
Well, wait, at the end, there's two people in bathtubs. They're at the end of the
Yes, that's it, right?
Oh
It's
man.
a similar image, man. Yeah, that is hilarious.
No, but I mean, this is very nice, very nice. Yeah, so 7 shots, nice. And you like how the EM10? Did you just go into HDR mode and just pick 7 and hit go?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, ISO 400.
I'm still like learning how to do it in Lightroom because you don't get any more latitude on the sliders like I was expecting to get with an HDR, so you have to go in with like a brush or a gradient or something to really get the full effect of an HDR in Lightroom.
Oh, yeah. So they're going to have to upgrade that sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This is the in-camera HDR though, is it?
But I did it with raw files.
Oh, okay.
In Lightroom, I didn't take a JPEG out of the camera.
Ah, gotcha. Yep.
Yeah, the EM10 it'll do an in-camera one for you, but then it's got like 7 other options with different different exposure values. So
I was gonna say it was pretty good for in-camera, but yeah.
It's nice.
I like this, man. I like it.
Yeah, colors are very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I don't know what else. Yeah,
another good one from EM10.
Fantastic work.
Yeah.
So this is Mark's new cabin.
My new cabin. If this is driving the $1 Million Highway from Silverton to Ouray, just an old mine. You've got all the old mine tailings on the hillside, and this is maybe some mine associated building, and it's for sale. It's like, hey, there we go, our retirement home.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, and it's got a built-in slide in there, Mark. Look at that.
Yeah. Slide right out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
what is that show? Buying Small or something?
It says.
Oh, is there a show like that or what?
Yeah, people who give away their large houses and they move into like the smallest house possible.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
It's a show for everything, I swear.
Yeah. There is, yeah.
Yes, there is. It's amazing.
But this is too cool, man. There's a whole bunch of this up there. And,
almost. This one was right along the side of the road. You're going around the turn. I mean, the road is right up here. The road snakes around and hairpins, and that's the next level of the road. So this is right at the base of a turn. There's a stream over here, which I'm assuming they used for running stuff through or whatever. But I mean, all the hillsides along here got all these tailings from people just digging in for silver, and mostly silver, and there were a couple other ones, not gold necessarily, but mostly silver and a couple other things that they used. It's just kind of fun. This was just a 3-shot HDR. Used HDR effects and warmed it up a little bit. Did a little bit extra on the structure, just to bring out some of the texture in the wood. And it was middle of the day. It was 12:30, so the sun was pretty much overhead. But there were some shadows in here that weren't lit up, and then kind of the shadows around there. So.
Yeah, you can see the shadows are very minimal. They're just straight down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was, I think, 12:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it was kind of fun. I mean, the colors. I mean, with the super flat light. I mean, it's just tough to get the colors. So.
This reminds me of who's our good friend from the UK with the big camera there.
Oh, Dennis.
Dennis, yeah. This reminds me of a Dennis shot right here, where you could, really zoom in and look at all the textures. And, with that camera he's got, it's insane. But I actually like all the different textures here. Like if you look, there's just a lot of.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it, because here you got this crumpled up metal over here, the rock, the fence post, all the different stuff on the hill, the knotty pine or whatever they use, probably pine for the roof. So yeah, it was a fun image, just sitting on the side of the road, but kind of fun. And,
so you liking the EM10 over the EM5?
I think I do. It seems it's got a few more features over the EM5. The one thing the EM10 doesn't have is the weatherproofing, but
Yeah.
I've never had that before, so it doesn't really, I'm not going out in a rainstorm to shoot, so I don't really worry about it too much. But it seems to be the viewfinder's better, the electronic viewfinder, and the screen's a little higher resolution. It seems just about as fast. It's the same sensor. It only has 3-axis stabilization. The EM5 has 5, but I haven't run into any issues.
I've been really impressed with the image stabilization, which is 3-axis.
It does perfectly fine. I've had no complaints about it at all. I did, Pam uses the EM5, and I did some shooting with it. I took it out and did some stuff with it, and it's virtually the same camera. There's a couple things that are different, but they're both really good cameras. I'm extremely happy with it. The portability is great. I was able to fit both camera bodies, all the lenses in that little camera bag, and just slide it under the seat in the airplane and be good. 2 camera bodies and 4 lenses. So it worked out very good. And, no complaints with the image quality. I've got a few landscape shots I'm going to work on here this week, so hopefully get those posted. But everything I've seen, is if there's any errors in the images, it's just from me not knowing how to take full advantage of the camera yet at this point. But I learned a lot with it over this trip, and we're going out to Portland later on this summer. So.
Oh man, I want to get up there. I want to get up to the northwest and explore with the camera. I'm dying to get up there.
I'm going to have a few days by myself because Pam's got a conference, so I'm just kind of tagging along, and she's going to be working, and I'm just going to be out, doing photography for a couple of days, and then we're going to have a few days. I haven't figured out where we're going to go yet, but I've got to figure that out here in the next couple of weeks and do that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We were out in Seattle 13 years ago, and really enjoyed it, but we haven't been to Portland. I guess Pam was there when she was a kid, but I've never been there. So that whole area, it should be fun.
I always thought Portland was a very interesting city. It has a lot of character in my view. But I've seen very limited amounts of it just from trucking. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to go as a tourist and really.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. I've got a few friends here that know other photographers in Portland, I think, or right in the metro area. So I'm hoping to maybe talk to them and see if I can get together with them for a day or something like that, and have them take me to some of the spots that are worthwhile going to shoot at. Too.
You could watch that show Portlanda, right?
Yeah.
That's a weird show. I tried to watch it. It's too weird.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it either, man. It was bad. I thought. I was like, this just ain't my cup of tea, man.
No.
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it. It sounds like maybe I don't want to watch it. Yeah.
It's kind of out there. Yeah, it's a different show, but
maybe after you visit.
Yes, and then you can watch it to get a comparison, I guess. Maybe
you can laugh at it.
Yeah. Well, good. Got some good show, guys. Some good images. I'm glad Wes has found his the 50mm lens and the EM10, so he's got both sides covered there. He still hasn't given up the DSLR yet, although it's probably better for video end of things.
Yep. Sold a bunch and got some new stuff. So. Yep. And I got more I got to sell. So.
Okay. There you go. I can expect a new lens for the EM10 at some point here this summer, maybe.
Yep, a prime at some point. And
yeah.
We don't have to move right now, so that's good news.
Yeah. Well, the 17, the 3 primes, I've got the 17, which is a great prime lens. The 25 gets rave reviews as well, and then the for kind of a long focal length prime, the 75, I guess, is supposed to be pretty good. That would be 150mm equivalent, but it's a 75 1/8. So
there's a 45 that people like too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll probably get another prime at some point this summer or fall, but for now I'm very happy with what I have. It does. The 17 is a great walk around, just kind of do it all kind of lens, focal length. I really like that focal length, so pretty good.
Hey, Mark, on a personal note, I've reached over 30% of my weight loss goal today.
Cool. Congrats.
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
yeah,
good.
I was pretty happy about that, man. So
That's awesome. Get on the scale, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
yeah, exactly.
Tap the scale, get off, tap the scale. Hey, come on. I guess it's true.
I lost another 5 pounds this week, so that was this was a good week. Usually
Wow.
I'm averaging between. Sometimes I'm only getting maybe 2/10 of a pound,
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
usually 2.2 pounds is
Okay.
kind of my average for a week, So
Mhm.
yeah, this week I 5 pounds. I was like, yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that shows, it goes up and down, but if you're averaging a couple pounds a week, that's an amount
great.
probably that is maintainable.
Yeah,
You're not losing like 40 pounds in 2 weeks or something like that, because there's just no way you can maintain that.
It actually 111 days. It says I've lost 40 pounds. Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's very good. Yeah, and that's a doable. And you're doing it by just paying a little bit more attention to what you eat and mixing in some activity.
Yeah.
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 That's the key. Yeah. Cool. And you're doing good with the walking, even though it's like 110 outside. Have you been able to
You
get
know
the
what?
walking in?
It's well, today I think it might have creeped back up to triple digits, but I haven't checked. But it went up to triple digits for a few days, and then it calmed down. We got some rain and stuff, so that made it insanely humid.
Yeah, for Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard June 5th was the first June 5th that you got more than 1/100th of an inch of rain. You got 2/100ths of an inch. Listen to that, Wes. 2/100ths of an inch. Joe was out there in his kayak.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Speaking of kayaks, dear God, you should see some of the boats going to the lakes over here.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, those big houseboats.
Yeah.
Get any those cigar boats?
Bro, you couldn't build a dream house expensive enough to buy one of these boats. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, these boats are insane, man. Some of these speed boats are just
Yeah.
wow.
They're kind of like the same boats that they use for offshore racing.
Yeah,
the same kind of
really.
boats.
Yeah, they're racing boats. They're full out. I mean, and they're huge. Oh
Yeah.
my God, so nice. Whew. And some of the rigs they're pulling them with, you're just like, are you kidding me, man? Really?
Yeah, you got a
Really?
$400,000 boat being pulled by a $300,000 rig. Yeah, you got $1 million bucks rolling down the road there.
Yeah, you poor thing. Yeah, suffering.
Life's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Well, they got that huge boat and that big rig, but let's see them climb a mountain in that boat. They can't do it.
Yeah.
In the water. It's a single-use vehicle.
You have to find something wrong with them, huh? So you're like, yeah, are you doing 4 to 5 miles a day, huh? Yeah.
Right.
Are you staying fit, huh? How's your diet?
There's like 10,000 steps, buddy.
Yeah, beat that. Yeah, exactly.
Like 10 steps from the dock to the boat. Maybe 50. Got to go to the cooler a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it is fun. We saw a few of those, and probably not to that size, but I mean, just in Denver, people going to Chatfield Reservoir. The big reservoirs around Denver, which are nothing compared to like Lake Powell or anything like that.
Oh.
Just huge boats. It's like, okay, we're out in the middle of the desert, basically. The reservoirs are okay, but they're not gigantic, and these guys are 50-foot speedboats. I was like, man, it's crazy. Yeah.
It's insane.
Fun stuff.
Oh.
Okay, well, back to photography, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, good show, guys. Glad you guys can make it. Try to get a few more images posted here this week, and hopefully you guys can too. And
hey, and congrats on the new goatee, man.
Oh, thank you. And I don't know, it doesn't. I'm still not convinced, but we'll see. We'll see. The real test will be when I show up at work tomorrow, see how much crap I get there. But,
you just gotta let it grow on you.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's gonna take a while, but I kind of got it going. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'll just, I'm gonna be off work for a week and a half, so let's just see what happens.
See, now I did the same thing, but in reverse. I shaved mine one time, and people lost their mind. Like, yeah, it was.
Yeah, so
people lost their mind. I might even have a review or two posted with no goatee. I don't know. That'd be some old stuff right there. But yeah, that was
old school Joe.
Yeah, crazy. I look like so different, man. It's funny.
Yeah, it is amazing. Yeah, but I got the mostly spousal approval on it. So she said it doesn't look too bad. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
give it another week and see what happens. If not, it comes off. But, you know.
I'm actually hoping I can lose enough weight where I'll look decent enough without it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good goal. And congrats on the first 40 though. That's a big chunk. That's serious progress. I mean, that's serious progress.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's,
if I can keep I'm figuring it out, man. Like I'm trying to do less on the hard surfaces, the concrete and the asphalt, and a little more treadmill work. And my legs and my joints are just like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
No, that'd be a good way to do it in the heat of summer when it's just too hot to get out. You can do stuff in a treadmill or elliptical or whatever, and still get a workout in without.
Huge difference, dear God! Those few days when it hit like 109, it was like, it was.
Those months they're kind of like the winters everywhere else. There's just 2 or 3 months where you just don't want to go outside because it's so cold, and you're kind of the same way, where it's just on the other end, just so hot. So
yeah, it's just too hot. Yeah.
Okay, well, gotta go, guys. Gotta fire up some brats on the egg, do some dinner.
Oh.
Yeah. Dinner will be in like
over
an
in
hour.
10.
5 minutes. Yeah. Let me see. 7:20. Yeah, about 8:15, 8:10 or so. We should be good. So come on back. All right, guys. Good show.
Yeah, good show, man.
See you next week, man.
See you all next week. Cheers.
All right. Bye.